Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 336 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Sean.
How we doing?
Fantastic. You're pretty good. You're pretty good. If this is the first time you're ever seeing, hearing, or listening to us, this is the Two Player Co-op Podcast, where just about every week, except last week and next week, two brothers get together to tell you everything you need to know about in the world of video games. If you like that, make sure you like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends, family, and everyone in betwixt. If you really like us, you can go to patreon.com/2playercoop, where we got a lot of different tiers, but the most popular is the $5 producer tier, which gets you the podcast live one day early on YouTube. You get a bonus episode every month, and you can watch us record the podcast live on YouTube, as we are doing right now.
Tiers of the podcast.
That's going to be the game of the year. Some of our patrons deserve a shout out, just like the man who has a bar named after him, Mr. John Tingley, as well as our affiliates, Derek Bamford, James Solar, make sure you check out James Games and more on YouTube, Sarah Solar, and Mom, as well as our producers, Steve Appleton, Aunt Sue, Dustin Downs, and Chris Peralta. Also, make sure you check out PS Rewind on YouTube.
I challenge you
to a duel.
Next, well, it's going to be 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks-ish when we record again. When you're reading that, to just say Mom, not Mom.
I'll forget.
I know you will, but I'm laying down the challenge.
If you like cool t-shirts and the like, you can go to teespring.com/stores/2playercoop. It's only been 2 weeks and you forgot which way to go. Every time you look at yourself in there.
I think that's why, because the first time I did it with no problem, I'm like left to right. Wait, that's not right. No, that's going to be left to right. That's right. Yeah.
Right.
I'm out of practice.
Sorry we were gone last week. It just didn't work out. Well, honestly, there was nothing to talk about. We were going to record an episode of Versus, but timing just didn't work out. And then I was gone for a long weekend in North Carolina. Had a
raise up
blast. Also, we will not be here next week. No content next week. Sean's family, my family, we're all going to the beach for fall break. Very excited. Hopefully no construction.
I feel like last year when everything fell to pieces, is that a song? Fall to Pieces?
I Fall to Pieces. It's sad. It's Scott Weiland, Velvet Revolver. Every time I falling down.
It was like
close. No.
So last year we did the same thing. We left on a Friday, drove like halfway, spent the night, drove the other half, and I think it was like Thursday or maybe Wednesday that we heard. Tomorrow's Wednesday, so I'm like, that we weren't going to be able to stay. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm telling you, until like I'm unlocking that door, I'm not going to feel good about it.
Yeah.
I looked at the weather. It's going to be nice, like high 70s, low 80s, and sunny. Other than maybe like Saturday and Sunday, I think there's like a 25% chance of rain, which I feel like is low for Florida.
Yeah, it's just.
But there's no hurricanes coming. Sunny and like
hopefully no pink meanies.
Right around 80. Yeah, hopefully no pink meanies.
The daughter of the blue meanie from the Blue World Order.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
But yeah, we're both excited. So nothing new next week. We'll be back the week after that. Hopefully there'll be something to talk about. And then Sean's going to abandon. Did your trip get canceled?
Nope.
Son of a bitch.
Well, I was thinking, I'm like, I could bring my Switch, but I'm like, well, I don't know if I want to play Mario. Like, I kind of want our Mario Mondays to be. Like, I want it to be new then. But I'm like, I'm going to buy the game. But if I don't...
But if I do
if I buy it and then I don't play it right away...
Right.
And I'm playing it for the first time here, then I'm going to be less likely to buy it because I'm like, well, I've already played this game. So, I don't know. I'm in a
Well, my kids want to play it with me, too, so I'm in a pickle, too.
Tell them they can play.
Just play it by themselves. Yeah.
Just you don't watch. I could also bring my iPad and try to like remote play Spider-Man, maybe.
Oh, I was going to say, there's no remote play on Switch.
No. But I'm thinking about doing it for Spider-Man.
That is not an optimal way to play.
No, not on hotel Wi-Fi.
No.
That's not going to work.
Like 3 megs down.
I'm looking forward to this trip, but terrible timing.
Yeah. Where is it to?
Vancouver.
Oh, yeah. BC.
It's going to be beautiful.
BC, are you with me? Before we get into everything else, I have an announcement to make. I'm surprised Sean hasn't said anything yet.
Shorts? I don't know. I noticed. Okay, I noticed. Oh, I didn't know what they were.
Sean, I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. What? Sorry, something's going on.
You set off Siri somehow.
HBK.
I noticed them and I'm like, your shorts are standing out. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm like, are they bananas? I'm like, I don't know.
No, it's WrestleMania 12. Shawn Michaels. Bum, bum, bum,
You should have come in on a zip line.
Sean. It sounds like you're saying nude, not new. Where was I saying nude?
I don't know.
Oh,
Like
my nude
15
shorts.
minutes ago.
Oh, my nude. Are they see-through? They are kind of see-through. But I have underpants on. I got Shawn Michaels.
Underpants.
The first time I sent it to you, and I was like, holy crap, like 2 months ago
I
or
totally
whatever.
forgot about it.
They were sold out except for small and 3XL. Well, okay. And then randomly last week, and I forgot I ordered them. I was just scrolling Facebook, and then Shop WWE, and it was like, here's the shorts. I was like, that's probably sold out. Okay, click. In stock, boom, buy right now.
$40.
Yeah.
Oh, nailed it.
On sale.
Oh, on sale for $40.
$55 regularly.
Whew. They're pretty nice.
They're just mesh shorts. Like, what are we doing? But I had to. They also have the standard HBK. Well, not the standard.
Now you need to get the belt.
It's the red and the black. Black.
Pants, red hearts.
Yeah. Which isn't his main, but I feel like that was like.
I feel
the
like
red was red pants with white hearts was the default.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to go with WrestleMania 12.
I feel like that's the only time he ever wore those.
It is. He wore something similar when he lost to Sid at Survivor Series 96. But it wasn't just hearts.
And then he had the Texas
tiger
things
stripes,
at the
and then he had
Rumble when he beat
and then he
him.
lost his smile, and then yeah.
Wow. Very nice.
I need to look up, why did he switch to the baggy pants when he came back? The baggy tights. You can't even call them tights. I wonder why.
The baggy tights. They
That,
weren't baggy. They were just brown.
no, not that. He lost his gear. That's why he wore that. Or the airplane lost his gear. I'm
At
saying
Survivor Series?
after he got rid of the heart pants. Remember he went back to like the Jinkos?
Oh. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Good question.
I mean, did he think he was too skinny, that he was going to look like he had chicken legs or something? I mean, he had lost a lot of weight from the 90s. I'm sure he was on roids in the 90s.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was my announcement. Next announcement. Did you watch it?
No.
Damn it, Sean. I watched Castlevania Nocturne. I am not going to spoil anything.
All right. Now that there's been 5 seasons, rank them.
I don't know that I can. So
You can. And I get, when season 2 comes out, it might make you appreciate
Exactly.
one more and all that stuff. But for right now,
I would say
right now, 2, 4,
Series 1,
Nocturne 3, 1.
Season 2. Okay, yeah, that's easier without trying to do all this. 2, 4, Nocturne 3, 1.
That's about what I figured. Yeah.
Now, I went into this, like, I remember the first time I saw the trailer, I think I texted you or I said it on here, I was like, I hate Richter's voice. I don't know what it was, but it just
I remember you
rubbed me
saying
the
that.
wrong way.
I can't recall how he sounds, but I remember this conversation.
He sounds perfectly fine.
Okay.
Once you get it, it's perfect. I love the way this season starts. So yeah, I went into this with low expectations. Not because I thought I didn't think it would be good, but more because, like, obviously the first series was amazing. It's a toss up to me if it's the best adaptation of a video game or if Last of Us is. But either way, like, the series was awesome, but it was also based loosely around probably like my second favorite old school Castlevania game in Castlevania 3. We never got Grant the Nasty. That would have been fun. The hunchback pirate.
Oh, that's right.
He looks like the little guy, the little stupid
The
things that
little
jump
munchkin
around.
things.
Yeah. So this is based on, obviously, Rondo of Blood. And I've only played that a little bit, and I think I've only played it on my Vita. And that was like the remake. So I went into this with low hopes. It starts awesome. It doesn't really ever have... Like, Season 3 of the first series, I thought was awesome. but there's so many slow episodes in the middle there that drags it down to where I think it's only better than season 1 because it only had 4 episodes.
Yeah.
This had some like a lot of like character setup and like backstory, like really story heavy episodes, but they never felt.
You're saying Nocturne did?
Nocturne did.
Okay.
But it never felt slow like the first series did in season 3. This freaking rules. It's awesome. I also was like, man, hashtag not my Belmont is what I went into this thinking. I think that's why I thought he sounded weird, because Trevor was so well done. Oh yeah, and the guy who does the music for this, his name is Trevor Morris. Trevor Belmont, John Morris. Bloodlines. I was also worried because it's very clear that Dracula is not going to be the bad guy yet. Okay. Yeah. And I knew it was going to be like a female vampire. It is somebody from the video games, which I didn't realize. Well, I did. It's just when they said the name, I was like, I don't remember that. But then I looked it up. I was like, oh, okay, I was right. It's just like a different
So what's the name?
Or something. Erzsébet Bathory.
Battery?
It's spelled Bathory, I think. She's one of the big bad, like Camilla.
Yeah.
From series 1 was in Bloodlines. But I think the final boss is Elizabeth, whatever. I already forgot her name. What I just said. Bathory. And she doesn't show up till the end, but there's some cool characters in this that I don't know if this one dude in particular is really well done. Starts off one way, then he's weaving his way here, then this thing happens and then you're like, okay, what's going on here? There's stuff with the church again, but it's different than what they did in the first series. It's really cool. When you watch it, just know that episode 6
out of
8
8
has a moment, while not as good, is just slightly below the bloody tears. When that music hit and the 3 of them come in fighting and everything, I was just like, take me now. This is amazing. There is a moment like that is tied to
a moment
music.
like this.
A moment.
Kelly Clarkson.
Okay, I was like, I'm singing Shania Twain. I can't think of what this song is. And I knew the music immediately. I was like, oh my God. But then I was like, wait, what is this? So I looked it up and I was like, oh, okay. Forgot that. And it's Maria is awesome in this. Richter is awesome. Maria's mom is in this. She's really well done. It's really well acted. What can I say that's not her? She does her magic and everything.
She had the bird.
So was that what were her? Because I've never played it as her in Symphony.
Well, that's from Rondo.
Oh, okay. Can you even play as her in Symphony?
I'm trying to think if there's some weird like DLC. No, but that was probably Rondo.
Because I know you meet her where like when you first walk into that room with all the like 3 or 4 clocks, and she's just sitting there, and then you talk to her and stuff. But she's awesome. There's a moment in there that made me think of Castlevania Bloodlines. Probably just because I'm a Sega kid. I don't know that that's what it was trying to do, but it made me think of that.
So it's clearly a full season, 8 episodes, whatever. But does it still feel like the first season of the first series where it's like, all right, guys, here's a taste.
No.
We're about to pick up. Or it's like it's a
full
stands up on its own. And
standalone holy shit series that ends on a cliffhanger.
Okay.
So if for some reason this doesn't get renewed for at least one more season, hopefully 2, I'm going to be super pissed because it ends in such a freaking awesome way. I just cannot wait for you to talk about it, for you to watch it so we can talk about it. One of the
8 episodes, were they like 40?
25 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's quick. That's what I'm saying.
I did it on the way to the beach.
Yeah.
Well, Brittany will hate me.
You're driving the whole way, babe.
Don't bother me. I'm watching Castlevania.
Yeah. Babe, Kira needs you. Now Maddie needs you. Just pull over. You can deal with them. One thing that's super weird, so I looked it up on Rotten Tomatoes. Critics reviews. What do you think?
70.
100.
Wow.
All positive. At least it was when I looked it up yesterday, I think it was. User reviews, 46%. Now, the
I
only
figured it'd be the other way around.
the only thing I can think of is just like, I'm sure some people are saying it's woke because like there's women in it that have prominent roles. Somebody's gay, heaven forbid. So that's the only thing I can think of because I'm like going back through the whole series and I'm like, there's nothing that wasn't fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I can think of. Again, I just can't wait for you to watch it. It's amazing. If I had to like rate it, probably like a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 with season 4 and season 2 being above it, and those are both.
I mean, I'm going to watch it regardless. But is episode 1 going to hook me, or one's like just watch one and
One
wait
will-
till 2? Like, is it that kind of thing?
It's not just that one will hook you. One will hook you in the first 5 minutes,
Oh.
maybe 10.
Okay. We'll check it out.
And
I'll
it's
certainly watch it by the time we.
2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
You can download it and watch it on your plane.
And then I'm going to be gone again.
Okay.
So last week off, record. Next week off, record. Following week off,
Record.
Two brothers who get together every week.
Except
every other week.
Entire month. But yeah, it's phenomenal. If you guys have watched it when you're watching this or anything, just don't comment any spoilers. It's awesome. Did you have anything else you want to talk about, Sean? Outside of the Vidya games?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's hilarious that you thought I had banana shorts.
I didn't really know what it was. I just saw yellow. I'm like,
I was like,
I
he
don't.
didn't say anything. How can he not tell that it's the Heartbreak
I mean,
Kid?
now that I see it, it's obvious.
Bum, bum,
But
bum,
all I saw was yellow.
Jess goes,
Oh,
Just
you
go-
got something to talk about.
where are you gonna wear those? I said, in the house, mostly.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Did you drive any cool vehicles lately?
Okay, so yeah. I had quite the, as I said, I had quite the, we went for a long weekend to right outside Charlotte, North Carolina. Come on and raise up. Take your shirt off, twist around your head like a helicopter. Apparently he's in jail, I think. Poor P.D. Pablo.
I was going to say Flo Rida. Yeah, P.D. Pop.
No, but I mean, same talent level. And so we were going there to celebrate our friend's 40th birthday. She had a big shindig. A lot of fun. Got dressed up for the first time. I was thinking back. I was like, oh, since your wedding. That was the last time I put a suit on.
That was 6 weeks ago this
Nope.
Friday.
Nope.
Yep.
6 what?
Years ago.
It just seems like it was just yesterday, though. Got a suit, got dressed up. Jess was all glammed out. All the girls got their... So the girls had...
Hair did.
They got their hair did and their makeup did in the afternoon, the day of the... So Friday, the afternoon of the day of the party. The guys...
Dawn of the final day.
The guys, we had a manly afternoon. I don't know why my voice kept getting darker. Downer. Oh, deeper.
Debbie.
What?
Debbie.
Downer. Anyways, yeah, we went to get burgers and beers and stuff. I did not, but we did that, and then we were going to this go-kart place. And this was not go-karts as I know them. This was go-karts. It said the engines are 13 horsepower. I feel like it was probably more than that to get as fast. They go up to 55 miles an hour. I can drive 55. I think I had the I can drive and then I fell apart.
Isn't it can't? And
Can't
I
makes
always
more
wondered about
sense.
that. I'm like, is
Yeah.
he saying I can't? Like, I'm too scared? Or
No, he's saying
I can't go
I can only
55.
go
I have to
100.
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But I think he says can't. It doesn't matter. So anyways, so this is like fast go. They're still go-karts. Like it was like I was thinking about. I was like, this is gonna be like real life Mario Kart. This is gonna be awesome.
did you Tokyo drift?
I tried drifting a couple times and spun out. So got to wear a helmet. You've got like a neck roll thing. Like, remember the like linebackers used to wear those big neck rolls? So you got one of those you put on. Well, he still does. He have that? Oh yeah, he does have it. But then
I don't know why everybody doesn't have that sidebar.
Yeah. Or remember they used to have like the thing that would just go up
The
behind
little flap.
it? Like a Hans device that would just like, I guess. I don't know.
Hans and
That's
Franz.
what Tua needs that. Giants suck. We're not talking about football.
I do want to talk about football. But go ahead.
I don't. But, so we do this and it's like, okay, you got to watch a safety video, yada, yada, yada. Okay, go, boom. Okay, cool. This is like not just an oval. This is like what you would consider like a road course in NASCAR. 10 turns, I think it was. Some really sharp, some kind of like S things, some straightaways, and then you got to slow down as you get into a turn. So the first race, you get 10 minutes per race.
Did you have to shift at all, or was it just
No.
Okay.
It was just gas, but I hate it because I got used to it, but it's gas on the right, brake on the left, which is just so weird because you never brake with your left. You hit the clutch with your left, you know?
Oh, but
I think
gas
that's
is
how
always
NASCAR,
on the right.
Yes, Sean.
I was like, all of a sudden, I'm like, is that wrong?
But
Why
I think
is
that's
that?
I think it's how NASCAR drivers drive.
Like, you're talking about left, like your left foot.
Your left foot. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I got it now. Okay, sorry.
I was like, isn't gas always on the right? But yeah,
And the
okay,
brake
I'm with
on
you.
the left. Okay. Anyways, first race goes fine. We're all out there. We get 10 minutes.
Was it just your group, or were there like strangers too?
For the first, there was like the 7 of us and 2 or 3 other people. And it was a lot of fun. We all said after we got off the track, we looked at our times and stuff. We were all like, yeah, I was going pretty careful because I didn't know like how the turns are going to go. And I'm going 55 miles an hour. How's this going to work? Yada, yada, yada. But then they're like, and you get one more race. I was like, okay, cool. We're all like, yeah, let's go. So then this race had like 25 cars out there. And it was either my second or third lap. And the last turn before you hit the straightaway where, you know, the checkered flag is, I think I was trying to pass somebody. So I really took it as fast as I could. Speaking of Tokyo Drift. Tried to pass him on the outside, but then I think I ended up getting scared and I hit the brake. And when you hit the brake as you're turning, it's like, whoop, and you spin around. So I was like, whoa, boom. So then I look over and my buddy Matt also spun out, but because he was behind me. He's another one I was trying to pass. He was behind me. So we like saw each other but luckily he was facing the right way so he could just make sure it's safe. Okay, go. Also, these go-karts, if you're going that fast, need to have mirrors or something.
Yeah.
So then I'm sitting there and there's like people coming. I'm like, okay, I'm looking for, all right. Okay, I think there's going to be a break here. Okay, cool. Meanwhile, I'm on the side of the track facing the wrong way. So I know I'm going to need some time to get back out there because I'm going to have to do a 180 and start going again, then get up to speed and everything. And all I remember is as I was looking, I was like, okay, I think there's a break there. Okay, cool. And then I looked back and all of a sudden I see this guy coming around the corner way too fast. And I don't know what the hell happened to him, but he T-boned me going, it sure looked and felt like full speed. Almost completely perpendicular.
Had you started the thing, or?
I was sitting there, not moving.
Okay. I thought you were facing backwards. You were facing sideways, kind of?
I was facing... No, so if the track is here, I was here. Like, so here's the turn. Mm-hmm. I was here facing that way, and he comes around. Boom.
Okay.
And there was like these retaining wall things that I don't remember if I spun around or not, but I went through the wall. The wall like broke apart. These big plastic
It's
things.
like Brock Lesnar spearing you through the the barricade.
It hurt. It was like the scariest thing that's ever happened. Oh, that's what I was. As I saw him coming towards me, I just remember I looked and I just went. It wasn't even that. It was just like,
Oh, I'm dead.
Oh, I go, oh shit. Bam! He hit me so friggin' hard. My neck obviously went, still hurts. Horrible whiplash. Spin around, go through the thing, end up facing the way I was.
Thank you.
My arm is burning because it hit me so hard that not only did I scraped my right arm on the body of the cart, but then I don't know if I came to rest or whatever, but that's where the engine was. And I had my arm just like on it. And I was so out of it. So I just sat there for a minute. And I was like, first I had to go, okay, I'm alive. Okay, I can move everything. That's good. And I still to this day don't know who hit me. Then I see one of the guys that works on the track has gone across the road and he's coming back towards me with my helmet, which I did not realize had been detated from my kappa. What is it?
His kappa was detated.
Detated from his head. My kappa was detated from my head. And I was like, holy shit. My helmet flew off and went all the way across this, 20-foot, whatever it was, track. He hit me so hard. So Dad was like, so I guess you weren't wearing your helmet correctly. I was like, actually, I had it here and I had it strapped. So you had like this cloth strap that goes and it buttons in over here. He hit me so hard that when my helmet went, because once I got my helmet back and I was like, ugh. The dude was like, man, he hit the shit out of you. I was like, I am aware. Put it on. And in my head, I'm going, I signed a waiver. Son of a bitch. So I go, I'm like, okay. Whew. Okay, put it over here. I go to click it. I'm like, why can't I click it? And I'm like, wait a minute. I look. It had like pulled like the strap, the button, the female side of the button was still attached to the male side of the button. But it hit me so hard that it ripped the strap. And that's why my helmet went flying. My back still hurts like hell. As I sat there trying to get my bearings, like I was explaining it to Jess, the only thing I could think of was like, it felt like everything in my abdomen was in a different place than it's supposed to be. Like it was the weird, like my liver and my stomach had switched spots.
Did it feel like your abdomen was abdomout?
I can't imagine why Sean wanted to talk about this. It was just the worst. And then I get back on the track and I finished the next 6 minutes or so.
How long was a race?
10 minutes.
So that wasn't even the last lap.
No, I went for like 4 or 5 laps after that. But then not like half speed, but it took me a couple laps to
go around.
Going. Yeah. I'm going to go in the slow lane.
Putting turn signal on.
Oh, man.
Wow.
But it was still fun other than almost dying. Yeah, and I said after, I was like, I feel like I got hit. This must be what it feels like to get hit with a blue shell. It was horrible. But I survived.
Except you weren't in first place.
I was not in first place. There was really no place because you're all, I mean, there is, but it's...
If you're not first, you're last.
Yeah, but there were these kids there that had like their own go-karts, flame retardant suits and everything. They had their GoPros on the thing. They were like professional go-kart racers. And they would have like somebody would help when they finished the race. They would pick it up with somebody and they'd put it on a cart and they'd start like tweaking shit and everything. I'm like, this is a whole culture that I did not even have any idea existed.
Yeah.
But it was nuts.
Wasn't there something a while ago, one of the times you went to visit Fred, where there's something where like you were about to get into this whole like cart
and then
building
I couldn't figure out how to buy them.
Thing.
So
was it similar to that?
No. Those were remember on GTA Online you can get the BIFTA? We drove around in it sometimes. It's like you sit really low. It's like a beach buggy kind of a thing.
Oh, yeah.
But I was like, how do I do this? I don't know. I can't figure this out. You can buy one for $10,000. Okay, never mind. I don't want to buy it. I want to put it together, and I don't know how.
Wow.
But yep, I'm here. I lived. You had something you want to say about foosball?
I just want to talk fantasy. You got your first win.
Finally. And the only reason I got it was because Isaiah Pacheco had the game of his life. And
that's how
ass.
Diggs went off for me. Like, yeah. I won by 2. What's funny, though, I never figured out what happened. I'm almost positive after Sunday night, I thought I was up 96 to 91 or something like that. So I thought I was only up 5. In the morning, all of a sudden, he was at 89. I'm like, And I'm looking through his points, and nothing seemed differently. But I think they had something scored wrong because I'm almost
That's what
positive
happened
he
to-
went down 2 overnight.
That's what happened to me in week 1 against Keenan, that they had given me a fumble recovery that San Fran did not have, and then they took it
So
away.
that's what I immediately looked at the defense, but he only got 2 from the Eagle. Maybe it was 4 originally. I don't know. But anyways, I was up 7 going into the Monday night game, and he had Lockett. I'm like, please, God. And then right at the beginning of the second half, I was like, Lockett. Penalty. Okay. Boom. Lockett. Boom.
He caught
Lockett.
3 or
I'm
4
like,
in a row.
come on.
Yeah.
And then I don't think he ever
And then that
got
was
another. I don't know if he got another target after that, but
No, he did. Remember, because you said, oh no, they weren't trying to throw it to him in the
well,
end zone.
they threw again on that fine. I mean, they tried to. Oh, no, they did throw it.
On fourth
I don't think
down.
it was going to Lockett, but I'm like, just
on 4th
come
down.
on.
they threw
You're
it,
not.
yeah.
I'm like, I swear, because I finally, when I told you, I'm like, stop
Shut
it. And then I caved and I texted the Discord thing. I'm like, well, at least I won. And then all of a sudden I'm like,
Why did I do that?
shouldn't
You
have
never,
said that.
ever,
And then I
ever
saw
did
them
that.
throwing on 4th down. I'm like, I
You're like, the
swear to
Giants are
God.
going to get blown out, and I'm going to lose.
So the Giants did next to nothing, but just enough for me to win my fantasy game. So there's that.
The 49ers.
I'm through 4 games. My running backs suck. I have not gotten, with my starters.
Mine too.
a
This is what
single,
happens when you go, I'm never going 0 RB again. The hell with this. This
So
is too
week
stressful.
1, Algier got me 2 touchdowns on my bench. Week 2, I think it was, Rashad White got me a touchdown on my bench. And then week 3 and 4, I think I started Jameer and Rashad both weeks, and they both sucked both weeks. My running backs are terrible. But, like, Diggs came up huge. I needed every single one of those points. 3 touchdowns, 120 yards. Kelsey didn't really do much. Cousins sucked while I had Fields on my bench throwing. I don't know, he had like
That's what
45
if you
on my
lost,
bench.
That was really going to
At least when I lost week 2,
your perfect lineup still.
my
would've
perfect
lost.
lineup still would have been like 3 or 4 points short. I would have blown him out if I started Fields this week. So, I don't know. It's stressful. I don't like my team. I've got it, like, if Jameer ever turns into what people thought he was going to be, which probably won't happen this year,
Until
I think
you
I'll
trade
be
him.
okay. Yeah. But I need Cousins to... He's like Daniel Jones. He
threw for
sucks in the
130
beginning
yards.
of every single game, and then
Then he gets
usually
garbage
turns it
time.
around.
Yeah.
But, like... Oh, God. I don't know. Somehow I'm 3-1.
And I'm 1-3.
I don't feel good about it.
But there's two or three other teams are also 1-3. Now it doesn't matter because they're not in my division. But
I play Tom this week. Oh, I played Tom last week. I played Thomas last week. I played Tom this week.
Well, he
who
sucks.
just scored like 30 points.
He's
I'm
scoring like 40 a week.
I should win this week without too much. But now we're into buys, so now
Yep.
that's screwing everything up. And so
Who do I
don't know.
play? I play Ryan.
He's got a good team. He's
Got
like
a pretty good team.
1-3 or 2-2, but he's putting up like 100 points a game or something.
Well, yeah, he's got Tyreek against the Giants, so that's cool.
Uh-oh.
That's the one that scares me the most.
Yeah.
I just if Sunshine would wake up and start getting me more than like 15 points, I'd be fine. And I
Yeah.
think, as weird as this sounds, they're playing in London against the Bills. The Jags are staying over there because they're playing 2
they're
games in a
hanging
row.
out. Yeah.
Bills have to travel 7 hours, get used to the time. It's a home game that's not a home game for them. Like, this is one of those. Usually, the London games end up, or the overseas games end up being really weird.
Yeah.
Like, I think last year, was it Seattle and Baltimore had some weird, crazy game over there? Or Seattle played the
remember.
Niners, or I can't remember. But I feel like this is the week he's going to do it. And if I can just win this week and get to just one game under 500, then I'm like, okay, let's go. But I really need Burrow to wake the hell up or him to get benched so Jamar actually can... He hasn't caught a touchdown.
Well, like, I've got Kelsey, who I figured was a sure thing, but like the Chiefs all of a sudden look pretty average. And the
Did you see
Vikings play the
Rodgers?
Chiefs this week. So I'm just hoping that should be a shootout, which means it probably won't be. But
Yeah.
like,
Well,
I don't know.
and Jordan Love is projected to get 5 more points than Sunshine. They're playing at Vegas Monday night. I'm like, first off, the week that I bench Sunshine is the week he goes off. Second off, I don't want to care about that game on a Monday night at all. So I'd rather just lose on Sunday and not have to worry about it.
Yeah.
The Giants suck.
They're awful. They're maybe the worst team I've ever seen.
And I still don't know. I don't think Danny is... He's not great, obviously.
I think he's better than...
He's an average NFL
I was going to say,
quarterback.
he's probably better than half the quarterbacks, but I'm starting to doubt
But people that are saying, like, well, the Giants are done with him now, blah, I'm like, did you see the offensive line? We don't know if he's any good or not because he's getting his ass
Nobody
kicked.
has any idea. Yeah.
I went into this year hoping if we were going to be bad, then just be really bad and get Marvin Harrison Jr. But now I'm like, maybe we get Caleb. We might not win another freaking
I don't know
game.
how true it is. Caleb said...
He ain't playing for Chicago. Supposedly he's not playing for Chicago or Arizona.
Oh, he listed, according to this tweet, 5 teams that he would play for. Giants, Cowboys, Raiders. There's 2 more. I don't know. But I'm like, Giants were on the list, so that's good, I guess. But he also said, he's like, I can make more money staying in college for another year than I would make.
I don't think so. He's going to make like $20 million his first year.
Man, yeah.
But whatever.
I don't know. But then, like, we have no money to spend now because I hate it. I hate everything about
But
it.
we're only really tied to him for 1 more year. If it turns out that he does suck. I hear some people like Skip and them and Stephen A. and Shannon. Like, man, Dayball. I don't know about Dayball. I'm like, I get it. He is not, like, we have not started
We need to
strong.
fire the offensive line coach. Just get rid of him now.
I don't even
Gone.
know who he is, but he should be gone.
He's terrible.
I don't know. It's frustrating.
Yep.
All right, Sean, 36 minutes in. You want to talk about video games?
Yeah, let's do it.
What have you been
I
playing
haven't
these
played
past
anything.
2 weeks? Nothing, really?
Maybe I played a little more. What do you call it? I
Sea
feel
Stars.
like it's full on.
Are you going to get it?
I'm going to, but it's like sunk cost fallacy at this point. I'm just like, I've come this far. Basically, all I have to do, it's super easy on New Game Plus. Like, it's not difficult, but that almost makes it worse because it's like, I could like, whenever I get to a battle, I'm just like, X. Okay, next, run around, try to avoid the enemy. Oh, God. X. I'm going to get the platinum. But when I think about the game, I'm like, oh, God, I haven't done this part. I still have to do, oh, God, and then there's this part. Oh, God, and then I have to go there. I have to do this. I still have to do that. And I'm like, bep. I'm just like listing off all these things. I'm like, this is going to take forever. I haven't gone back to it.
Isn't all you have to do the 10 bosses? Oh, no, you missed
It
one of
should
those
have
things.
been.
Yeah.
Unless they somehow patch it and say, ooh, that was a crappy move. We'll patch it out. And then I can just load that save back up, listen to that
Do that
story.
so it hits and then be done with it. Yeah.
That, just, God, please. They'll probably come out with it right after I get the platinum.
Yes.
But yeah, I got to beat the game.
Well, you deserve that for what you did with Kana. Bastard.
And Horizon.
What did you do with Horizon?
I played the PS4 version to get the free PS5 trophy. And then once I played it on PS5, I'm like, wow, this looks really
looks
good.
really good. Wow.
I remember I loaded my save into PS5 and then it was just bling,
Bing, bing. That's what it was when I did Spider-Man
bling.
Remastered.
I'm like waiting for all the trophies to pop. Meanwhile, I'm just like looking around. I'm like, this is beautiful. Oh my God.
This would have been cool to play from the beginning.
But no, I'll get it.
So that's all you played.
That's, yeah.
So I have been playing Cyberpunk 2077. Now, because it's been 2 weeks, I don't remember where I was last time. Didn't I say I was only like a few hours in or something, but I really liked it?
I think so, yeah.
I'm now 22 hours in.
Wow.
The game was it was fine. So really there's Act 1, which you don't even get I didn't realize it. You don't get the Cyberpunk 2077 title screen until you get through Act 1, which is basically a prologue. But the prologue it took me about 5 hours. You could do longer. You could do side
How
stuff
long?
and everything, 5 hours.
Holy crap.
But I think like Assassin's Creed Origins or Odyssey, one of them, you don't even see the title card for like 10 hours. It's just ridiculous. But anyways, at the end of Act 1 is when Johnny Silverhand shows up. He's mentioned before then because
Is he a good guy or a bad guy?
I don't want to tell you
Okay.
because I want.
I
you to
didn't.
play
Well, I
this.
didn't know if we were even
Yeah.
supposed to know. Like, I don't know.
He's just like a badass.
Yeah.
He's you'll see when you play it. But he shows up And I didn't know how he was in this game, but how he is in this game, this will make sense when you play it, is so friggin' cool. The way he's introduced is mind-blowing. And as soon as he got introduced, and yeah, for a second I was kind of like, whoa, it's Keanu. But like, you can tell, and you could tell going back to the Game Awards when he's like, no, you're beautiful, that like he gives a shit. Like he loves this. Remember when Nick Cage came out and he was like,
so awkward.
Hello, video game players. I am in Dead by Daylight. Do you like that? Like just, he clearly was like talking to us and making fun of us.
Man.
Keanu's not like that. And I've heard Idris Elba in Phantom Liberty is like he goes all in. He's awesome. And they're both supposed to be like two of the nicest dudes in Hollywood. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, as soon as he showed up, there's stuff that happens to your character V that, and every time they say V, I'm like, V has come to. I go all the way back to the Metal Gear 5 trailers and everything. That game came out 8 years ago. That is insane.
Wow.
Whoa. As soon as he shows up, it's just like it goes up another level. I started getting the hang of the combat. I really like. Maybe
now, is this a game? I forget. Can you play first or third person?
It's only first person.
It's
now
only
it's
first.
when you
Okay.
drive,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
third person.
Okay.
And yeah, when he shows up, everything just goes up a level. The combat is really, really good. There are so many weapons you get in this. I didn't realize until I had encumbered myself, but there's the encumberment thing, like from the Bethesda games and Starfield and everything, where like if you pick up too much, because you can pick up so much stuff in this.
Yeah.
If you get too much, then it's like, oh, you're like just barely moving. But then you can go into your weapons, because I was just picking up every weapon I found, thinking it was just going to give me ammo. And then I look at my backpack and I've got like
1,000
15 of the same assault rifles. But then you can either sell, there's places you can sell them, or you can just, if you're not near a place where you can sell them or you're in a mission or whatever, you can pause it and you can like break them down so they're just like junk, and then you can sell the junk. But yeah, I've got a few weapons that I really like. I got the mantis blades installed in my arms, like the Baraka things, that are so friggin' cool. And you can install them with either regular mantis blades, or they can do
Psycho Mantis blades.
funny. They can do fire damage, or they can do ice damage, or they can do like poison damage or something as well. And it's so friggin' cool. But the gunplay is so well done.
It's so well done.
I know it might be, I was going to say this earlier and then I stopped. It might be apples to oranges, but I don't really care. This game that came out 3 years ago, we all know how it came out on consoles at least, but it's fixed. It's awesome now. Starfield cannot hold a candle to this game. Now, this is not as much of an RPG as Starfield is. The more I played it, the more I was like, how you were asking, is it like GTA 5? I was like, it's GTA 5, but it's a role-playing game. It kind of is. You get skill trees and stuff, but and you can do like different implants and stuff, but like, cyber stuff. But it's not much of an RPG, which is probably why I love it so much. But it's just so... It's so much better than This game is friggin' gorgeous also. Again, remember Starfield? I said it looked like a PS3 game when you're seeing like trees and stuff. Like, it is horrible looking. I friggin' love this game. I've been... and so my girl is Pan Am. She's who I was like trying to befriend, to say it nicely. Her whole like story that you do with her is super cool, and her people and everything. I got to the point now where I was like, okay, I'm just going to go do this mission. And then it's like, this is the point of no return. And I was like, holy crap, I'm there. Okay.
We're there.
I've done some side stuff, but I hadn't done a lot. But like, it got to the point where I was like, I'm going to wait, because I am friggin' loving this game. So I just went and I started doing some of the side missions and races and stuff. And so I could go and beat it right now. But
how long did it take you to get to where you're at? Like, or
20,
when you
right at 20 hours with
Okay.
some side stuff, but not a lot.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, and that's what I heard, that the main story doesn't actually take that long. But there's a lot of stuff I could still do out there. I do think, well, I don't know, because when we get back, it'll be the week of Spider-Man and Mario. I think I want to play Phantom Liberty. Like, this is one of those times where I think DLC I could actually go through with it and like
because
it.
you're playing it for the first time. Yeah.
And it's
not
there.
Years after.
Yeah. And it's...
Was it like $20? I heard that.
$30. And I paid $19 for the game. So I'm like, okay. So I'm probably going to end up playing it. But yeah, it's so friggin' good. I think I will beat it just so I can see the ending. I've heard some people say the ending is kind of a downer, but then I heard other people say they patched, like, the ending's a little bit different now. There's also multiple different endings with this. I'm not going to try to go for all that. Colin got the platinum. I ain't going for the platinum in this. That's not happening. But it's really good, and whenever I'm done with it and we get a lull, I want you to play this game. Like, I'm shocked at how freaking good it is. I really am. If I would have played it that in 2020, I still like Final Fantasy VII Remake better. But I would have put this above. I would have put this number 2, because that was Immortals Phoenix Rising and Demon Souls Remake. I would have put it above those two, I think.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm sold.
So it's awesome. Also, today I just started playing on Game Pass Gotham Knights. I've only played it for like an hour and a half. Like, it opens up with a cutscene like, if you're reading this or if you're seeing this, I'm already dead. Cut to black. But then it shows Batman and how he dies. And it's like a 10-minute long cutscene. It's pretty badass. And he's getting his ass kicked by a character I won't name. But then it all ends and he like self-destructs the Batcave to kill him and the person who's killing him. And then the Gotham Knights find him and he's there and he is dead. I'm going to still say quote unquote dead because he ain't dead. I know he's going to come back at the end of the game. I'm pretty sure I read spoilers for this game at some point, but it's been so long now that I've forgotten them. But I'm pretty sure he's not actually dead, and you find that out in the ending. I don't know if there's a tease for the next game or whatever. So, Gotham Knights. The camera's kind of weird. It's like... So in the Arkham games, you know how you were kind of like off-center a little bit? Yeah. It was kind of over your shoulder, kind of like God of War's camera. Or God of War was like those. Now it's like you're right in the middle of the screen, and you're like taking up so much of the screen when you're walking around. Combat is like Arkham, but not as good. So you've got square, or X on Xbox, is your regular attacks, like your melee attacks. You can go boom, 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 or you can click and hold it to do a hard attack. Then you've got Y or triangle does ranged attacks. So, like, obviously Red Hood's going, I'm going to kill everybody. I just was playing as Nightwing. So he does something where, I don't even know what he does, but he takes his two little batons and he goes, and then the enemy goes, from like 20 feet away. I don't know if I shot him or what happened, but he just goes, pow. You can still do, there's stealth, of course. You can sneak up behind enemies, knock them out. I can't tell if I'm killing them or not. Because, like, Batman doesn't kill. I think all these motherfuckers are like, we don't care. You're a bad guy. You're dead.
You killed Batman.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill
these
you.
guys didn't. Jim, are you ever going to play this?
No.
Jim Gordon's dead, too.
Like, before the game?
Mm-hmm. Like, he's already died. Because Batman says in his message, like, you can't
is this
trust
like
anybody.
old Batman? Is this like...
He looked pretty old.
Okay.
Yeah. Not as old as, like... Dark Knight Returns, not like gray and old, but like he's been through some stuff. But he says like don't trust anybody. You can't even trust the GCPD because they've been after us ever since Jim died. And I was like, oh damn, okay, that sucks. So and then it does this weird thing that I was like, at first I was like, oh, this is cool, and then I was like, I freaking hate this. So the first time you're getting to the mission, before you pick which of the four people you're going to be, after, like I said, 10-15 minutes of cutscenes, you can finally play the game. It's the four of them sitting there talking, and they take turns talking, but it's like whoever you start, it goes like in the bottom, it'll show Nightwing, then it's like, Nightwing. And I'm like, okay, and it's staying there. Somebody else is talking, then I noticed it said you can go left or right, and it goes, so I go left, Batgirl. So then you're like trying to keep up with who's talking but the way they talk doesn't go with the order they're in. So I'm like, phew, phew. I'm like, this sucks now. I'm not touching it anymore. I'm gonna look at Nightwing just going while everybody else talks. The game is definitely, it has not been patched for 60 frames. It's 30 frames, but it seems pretty solid. I didn't even see any options. Well, I guess it makes sense because there's no 60 frames mode. There was no like fidelity, performance, anything like that. It just is what it is. It doesn't look great. Then after you do this first mission, you're just like going around like this library or something that's on fire, and you're investigating stuff. And then you go out and you beat up some bad guys and stuff, and then you get to call the bat cycle. And I was like, okay, cool. Hopefully this is better than the stupid bat tank. And I get on it and I'm driving. And it's like, okay, cool. It's got like the GPS is on the road, so you see where you got to go and everything. Drive by some cops and it pops up, don't fight cops. They're really hard to beat and you don't get any XP or anything. I'm like, then why even give the option? Why? Like, I know I shouldn't beat up the cops. We're on the same side, but like, why is it even an option then? But as I'm going, even like on straightaways, and I'm holding down R2 as hard as I can, going as fast as I can. And it's like doing this, you know, it's Nightwing on the bike, and it's got all this like wind. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You can see like trying to show you how fast he's going. I'm like, it feels like I'm going 15 miles an hour. But it did control pretty well, and that's cool. The load times are worse than Starfield. Now, I will say this: there's not as many.
Yeah.
But when they load, they load. Now, I don't know if it's just the Xbox version or if it's like that on PS5 as well. But man, remember, this game was supposed to get PS4 and Xbox One versions, and they canceled it.
Oh, right.
So I don't even know how this thing would have run on PS4. And it doesn't look like that, like, wow.
Yeah.
This looks like they should easily be able to hit 60 frames. It's just so weird. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it. It's one of those things I'm already noticing the effect that Game Pass has on me. When I'm not buying a game, like when I spend $70 on God of War Ragnarok,
I'm going to finish this.
and I'm going to get the platinum, except Horizon I didn't, Jedi Survivor I didn't, but like these games, I can see how it is. Like Colin always talks about, well, I mean, you know, Game Pass, like people, they don't even finish the games and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, well, now I'm like, yeah, I don't, because I can try it, but I can try it and then I bounce off before I even get in it. I don't think I've even gotten an achievement in this yet, and I don't know that I'm gonna keep playing it. But like, I am not invested at all. If I didn't put any, I know I'm paying $15-17 a month for Game Pass. I get that, but because I didn't buy it, I'm not like invested. I'm not like I have to do this. John got the Gotham Knights Platinum, so should I stick with it, John? Let me know. But I'm just not invested because I didn't shell out. Like even Cyberpunk, I'm like, yeah, I got it on sale, but I paid $20 for this, and I want to see it through because it's freaking awesome. But
yeah.
I don't know. But it popped up from Wario that like now available to download on Game Pass, Gotham Knights. I was like, oh yeah, hey, I'll do that. And I don't know if I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah, it never tickled my fancy.
Should have been awesome, and maybe it is. But I mean, it's like a 60 something on Metacritic, I think, or maybe low 7s. I can't remember what it is, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But that is all I've played this week. So, Sean, would you like to get to the news of the week?
Let's do it.
All right, Sean. Just a couple items here on the news docket. What is a docket? Is it like a rundown?
What's a rundown?
Well, I know. Is it a docket? First up, this kind of took me by surprise, and this comes from Gamatsu. Sony Interactive Entertainment President and CEO Jim Ryan will retire in March 2024 after nearly 30 years with the PlayStation business, the company has announced. Sony Group Corporation President, Chief Operating Officer, and Chief Financial Officer Hiroki Totoki, which is the best name in the history of names, will assume the role of... That was me, not Gamatsu. Traversal is better, the heroic movement thing. Oh, I don't even know what heroic movement is. Maybe I'll keep playing it. will assume the role of chairman of Sony of SIE in October 2023 to aid Ryan in his transition. Totoki will also be appointed SIE interim CEO on April 1st, 2024, while continuing his role at Sony Group Corporation, and work closely with Sony Group Corporation chairman and CEO Kenichiro Yoshida. And this is the longest sentence ever.
This is going to be a busy guy.
And the management team of Sony Interactive Entertainment to, quote, help define the next chapter of PlayStation's future, including the succession of the Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO role, end quote. Ryan joined SIE Europe, the Sony Corporation Entertainment Europe, then that in 1994, and has since held a number of senior positions, including president of SIE Europe, head of global sales and marketing at SIE, deputy president of Sony Interactive, and since January 2018, Sony Interactive president and CEO. I didn't realize he'd been here for 5 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Here's an additional message from Ryan to the PlayStation community. As you will have seen today, and this was posted, Gods to Go. Story was entertaining enough. All right, bye, John.
See you, John.
As you will have seen today in the news, I've announced my retirement after nearly 30 years at SIE. I did not take this decision lightly, and I absolutely love SIE and our community, but of late I've been finding it increasingly difficult to strike the right balance between having my home in the UK and my job in the US. As mentioned in the press release, I will continue my role as president and CEO until March. Effective April 1st, Hiroki Totoki will be appointed interim CEO of SIE while he continues his current role at Sony Group Corporation. I feel humbled at having the opportunity to lead a company delivering products that touch millions of lives. From award-winning games to the incredibly immersive technical achievements delivered with PlayStation 5, I'm immensely proud of what we have achieved and very optimistic for the future of SIE. From my beginning in Europe, it was clear that Sony had built something truly special. Generations later, I am still amazed by the excitement and passion of the PlayStation community. It is thanks to you that we have been able to keep innovating and delivering even greater experiences. Since 1994, generations of gamers have inspired us to be better, to push the boundaries, and the results have been incredible. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I shit on this guy a lot, so I'll say something nice about here. Phil Spencer did say after the announcement, quote, "Thank you for all you've done for the community over the last 30 years, Jim." And he said other words too that I can't remember, but they were all nice and everything. So yeah, this is one of those things where I don't know what to think. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Well, about some things I am. Colin's like, there's nothing to this. He retired. You're all making too big a deal out of it. But I'm like, I feel like Thor, like, is it though?
30 years is a long time.
Is that all you have to say?
I'm just saying, like, I feel like whenever he eventually retired, you could make the same, like, is there something going on? I mean, he's not a spry young chicken anymore. Like,
no, I agree. The thing for me is just wondering this big push we've seen for it just comes back to this in the back of my head. Games as a service.
Yeah.
Is there pushback on this? We'll talk about factions later and how that's not doing great. I don't know. It probably is nothing. It probably just is him being like, dude, I live in the UK. I have to work in the US. Also, I fly all over the world all the time, and I've probably made a lot of money. I'm good. Now, I do wonder who's going to take over as the new CEO. This is something that a lot of people have been talking about, that it's like, we love Jim Ryan because of and that's going to be the thumbnail for this video, of course. He did a great job. Like the PS5. A great job. The PS5 is doing amazing. That came out under his watch. Obviously, it was in development way before he took over, but it's basically on the same track as the PS4 was. There's been some amazing games to come out. I don't know how much he has to do with that. I don't know if like maybe Herman Hulst is going to be the new CEO. He's over the first party studios now. My dream would be Shuhei. Bring him back out of I mean, he's not retired, but like just make Shuhei the friggin' CEO. Like something fun, because Jim Ryan is a businessman.
Yeah.
Like the PS4 days, remember like at E3, this is how you share games on PS4. And Adam Boyce gives a game to Shuhei. Step 1, give the game. They both look at the camera. Like there's been nothing like fun. It's all been like I think of even like the state of plays and the showcases, and it's like very buttoned up person talking at the beginning. You know, like
Yeah.
I don't know. What thoughts do you have on Jim Ryan exiting stage left?
I think he's deserved his chance to just kind of ride off into the sunset. I don't know how much it really affects anything. I don't think it's going to affect anything. Nothing against Jim. I don't think it hurts Sony. I think he's done well, but I also don't think he'll be that missed as bad as it sounds. I don't know. But I'm with you. Yeah. Let's bring in somebody fun, change the culture a bit. I don't know.
Because that's one thing that, as much as I talk crap about Phil Spencer, like, he's younger. He clearly loves video games, plays video games. Like, he
loves the consumer.
Of course, in the many ways they can play. But like he is a game. I do believe that at heart he's a gamer. You know, Jim Ryan is not. So it would be good to get somebody that's like one of us. But we'll see. Congrats, Jim Ryan. We will miss you and your memes. Last item on the news list. Remember that KOTOR remake, Sean?
Yep.
Sony apparently does not. This comes from VGC. References to the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake have been taken offline by some of PlayStation's primary social media accounts amid a report of troubled development. Billed as a collaboration between Aspire Media and production partners Lucasfilm Games and Sony Interactive Entertainment, the game was announced as a timed PS5 console exclusive during a PlayStation Showcase event in September 2021. That just reminded me also, maybe this news about him, maybe they knew, I'm sure they knew this was coming, because when people retire, like in Europe or the UK, it's like a 6 month, like when we've had CEOs leave and stuff, It's always a super long process before they leave. I wonder if that's why we haven't gotten a showcase. I wonder if stuff is in flux because of that. However, it was recently noticed that the tweet from the main PlayStation Twitter account announcing the game has been deleted, while the title's reveal trailer has been made private. This has caused speculation that the game, which was also announced for PC and expected to be released on Series X and S at some point, could be the latest casualty of restructuring efforts at Aspire's parent company, Embracer. Embracer, which acquired Aspire, I keep saying that word differently, in 2021 and placed it under the Saber Interactive label, said in June that it was implementing a, quote, restructuring program, end quote, which would see some game studios closed and some projects canceled. The announcement followed what the company said was unexpected collapse of a $2 billion deal with a mystery partner, which was later reported to be the Saudi government-funded Savvy Games Group. The Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake has reportedly been beset by problems over the last couple of years. Bloomberg claimed last summer that Aspire had stopped working on the game and that the future of the title was up in the air. Embracer had earlier confirmed that Saber Interactive was also working on the game, and some of Bloomberg's sources said they believed it was possible Saber had taken over the development of the project entirely. Embracer CEO Lars Wingenfors refused to comment when asked to provide an update on the status of the game during an investor Q&A in May. Sean, is this vaporware?
I'm starting to think it is. I don't like it. This is like I don't get too excited about Star Wars games very often because of their track record.
Yeah.
Now, Jedi Survivor, I was really excited for, and it delivered. I was really excited for this, and I don't think it's gonna happen.
I forget, you never played the first one, right?
No, but now I'm like, well, I might as well. I didn't want to, so I'm like, I'm going to wait for the remake. Switch. Now I'm like, well, maybe I will just go back and play the original. Did they put
the original one on PlayStation and Xbox as well, or was it just
I would think it's available to play somewhere, but maybe not.
I don't think this game's happening, and it sucks. I've never played it either. I've heard nothing but amazing things about it in the sequel. I feel like we kind of should have known at the beginning, like the fact that Aspire was working on this and not like Blue Point or name insert first party studio, or like we should have been like, huh. And I do remember back then some people were like, huh, Aspire, that's weird. But I think everybody was just so like, KOTOR remake, that we just, and literally we didn't see anything. We just saw like dude, whoever his name, I don't remember his name, Star Killer, or that was the Force Unleashed.
Cal Kestis.
No. I was about to go, yeah, and then I realized what he was like. And it's just like face and like a lightsaber, and then it's like KOTOR Remake. That's all we saw.
Yeah.
And that was over 2 years ago now. So I don't know. I hate it, but I'm guessing the KOTOR Remake is not going to be happening at all. That's it for the news, Sean. Let's get to the wrap up. In news that is very important to both of us, Time Spinner 2 Unwoven Dream has been announced for console and PC. I am so excited. Now, there's no date. There's no consoles listed, but obviously it's going to come to everything.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm very excited. I mean, anytime a Metroidvania is coming, I'm all about it. So, yeah, I can't wait.
I loved the first one. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I love the first one. I love that, like, the trailer for this shows. I think it's the same girl, but now she's older. But you still got the same attacks, like with the 2 orbs.
Yeah.
Looks like there's different means of traversal and stuff like that. But I am so friggin' excited for this game. Obviously, I don't think it's coming out this year. Hopefully, it's coming out next year. But I cannot wait to play Time Spinner 2. Yes, Sean.
I thought I liked it, but I guess I didn't. No, I can't find it. I remember. It came to me. On the topic of
Time Spinner?
kind of Metroidvanias.
Mm-hmm.
Lost Faith? Last Faith.
Yeah, one of those.
Is coming soon.
Oh, yeah.
They like tweeted something today, so like I cannot wait for that.
Is that pixel art, or is that the one that's
It
like
looks very
2.5D?
similar to Blasphemous. Like
okay.
very similar.
Okay.
Which I'm totally fine with.
Sweet.
But,
I hope it reviews well.
Yeah.
Capcom has stated in a Bloomberg piece that they would, quote, gracefully decline any acquisition offer from Microsoft.
I'm good.
They said, I think the CEO said, it'd be better if we were just equal partners. You're never going to be an equal partner with Microsoft. They have $11 billion. Like,
Yeah.
ain't going to happen. But speaking of Microsoft, the Activision Blizzard King acquisition has received its preliminary approval from the CMA in the UK. Final ruling expected before October 18th. Can we please move on with our lives? Yeah, see what I did here?
Black and blue and scrape.
I saw this today. Nintendo has stated that they will continue to support the Switch through at least the fiscal year ending March 2025. They're probably going to support it longer than that, seeing that Switch 2 is coming out next year. I can't imagine they would just abandon 125 million units.
No.
But I'm guessing we're going to get some cross-gen stuff like we did with PlayStation and Xbox. Valve has said that no Steam Deck 2 is in the works in the, quote, next couple of years. They said they're happy with the horsepower and everything they've got now. So if you want one, go get one. Cameron Monaghan, who plays...
Darth Vader.
Garth? That would be an awesome name for somebody. I've never thought of that before. Garth Vader. Who plays Cal Kestis, announced at some Comic-Con thing that they are working on a third Jedi game. So we heard last podcast that Stieg Asmussen had left, but they are still moving forward with the third game. It'll be interesting to see how it does with the new person at the helm. Yes. Garth Vader. Ice. You just can't swallow? Here.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay.
I was afraid I was going to spit it out.
Yeah, I got that. Naughty Dog reportedly has let go of over 25 contractors, ending their contracts early. They also told employees to keep quiet about it. Also in that Kotaku piece, Factions is, quote, basically on ice at this point, end quote.
I couldn't care less about this game. But it's like pretty much the only game we've heard of that's actually in development. Yeah. Like, if this ain't happening, what is? Seems like nothing.
Also, what's crazy, Factions was
besides Wolverine
supposed to release over 3 years ago with Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah.
It got blown up into this big project that now maybe Bungie killed, whatever. this makes me wonder, like, okay, yeah, the folks over there are so talented with the games they make. They're not really great at writing stories. For the most part, they are. Not with the last game. But I'm like, I wonder if they have a management issue. Like, maybe Neil Druckmann being, like, the president of the studio or whatever he is, as well as still being, like, creative director on stuff, is not really a great idea. It seems like the fact that this game was supposed to be part of Last of Us Part 2, which came out 3.5 years ago, and now it's still not out as its own game, and it might be dead, is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I didn't say this last week, and I forgot to put it in here, but it just popped in my head, so I want to say it before I forget. I was happy to hear this. I still don't think I'm going to get it. Helldivers 2, $40. I was worried it was going to be 70.
Yeah.
But I think it would have been
40's
made more sense to
more
be
appealing.
Free to play if you really want people to get into it, but I'm glad it's 40 and not 70. Good job. Speaking of layoffs, Epic Games has laid off 16% of its entire workforce, around 900 people. Hideki Kamiya is leaving Platinum Games on October 12th. Looks like he's probably going to be still staying in the game sphere, and he says people to trust him on what's next or something like that. The Horizon Forbidden West Complete Edition has now been confirmed. It's coming to PlayStation 5 in a few days, October 6th, and coming early 2024 for PC for $60. Nix's is doing the PC port. It will include the base game as well as the Burning Shores DLC, a digital soundtrack and digital art book, as well as a digital comic and in-game items. You gonna go back in?
Nope.
Nope.
You still got to get the platinum.
Not doing it. Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it twice.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it so much, I got the platinum twice.
I can't wait for the remake of the first game. I'm going to get that platinum again. No. PlayStation Network has added a rating system for games, and I also wrote, finally. Steam's had this forever. I think Mexbox. I had Mexican tonight. Maybe that's what I was thinking.
That sounds like something Taco Bell would sell.
The Mexbox. So, yeah. But you have to buy the game to rate it, which is also good. GTA Plus members. I had forgotten that GTA Plus was a thing. Do you remember this?
No.
It's like a monthly subscription for GTA. I don't know what happened there. GTA Online that's like $10 a month, and you get like in-game stuff and like money and whatever.
I totally forgot about that.
Well, now members will get access to a rotating classic Rockstar game, and that will be starting with GTA The Trilogy Definitive Edition. I don't remember what the name of that is, but it was close to that.
They're going to run out of games real quick if they bundled all three of those together.
How many Rockstar there's not that many Rockstar games. Modern Warfare 3 is getting a multiplayer beta this weekend on PlayStation. Devil May Cry and Tomb Raider are also getting Netflix animes. I'm probably pissing nerds off by saying that, but to me they're animes. They're like American maze. American animes. American.
Whatever happened to the whole thing with the guy that was like teasing some show of like a popular video game series, and everybody's like, oh my god, it's gonna be Zelda? And then wasn't it Devil May Cry or something? Or was it not Devil May Cry? It was something like Devil May Cry. Did that ever happen, whatever that even was? Do you remember that?
I do remember that, and I can't remember if it was Devil May Cry because they were treating it like this was an announcement. Well, maybe this is it.
Maybe, yeah, and it's just now finally coming out.
Like 3 years later.
Maybe.
Sekiro Shadows Die Twice has passed 10 million copies sold. The console port of Teardown is coming out November 15th, and it will be free on PS Plus Extra. I like that they're getting some of these. They're not like huge games, but I like that they're getting some games for free on PS Plus Extra. Like, why else do I pay for this stupid thing?
Yeah.
Do you remember what this is?
I vaguely, yeah. I saw the trailer.
It's like Minecraft, but like you can just blow you can tear down everything, blow everything. It looks really cool, and especially because it's free, I might give it a try. Final Fantasy.
Is it co-op?
I assume so. Yeah,
it could be a fun. Let's play.
Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis is coming out on Steam. No announcement if it's coming out to console. Apparently, this is supposed to be pretty decent on mobile.
And
that the story is cool and stuff. I don't know.
But it's the same. Is it the story of Remake, but in a more classic gameplay style?
Maybe.
Or is it, I don't remember if it's that or if it's closer to the original story. I don't know.
I can't remember. Red Dead Redemption 2 has been rated for Switch release in Brazil.
Okay.
There ain't no way in hell that game can run on Switch. Even though it's a PS4 game.
We never talked about it, but did you see all the...
Oh, Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
That's all you had
my
to say.
God.
Oh, they charge $70 for
That
game.
is hilarious.
The game has had its first big patch on PlayStation and Xbox and PC. Nothing yet for Switch.
Wow.
They had the balls to charge $70 for that.
Terrible.
And remember, this game didn't come out on PS4 and Xbox One. It's just current gen and stinky Switch.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
You see like Melina like, no.
And Johnny Cage.
Horrible. Fallout 76, the Atlantic City update, is launching December 5th. Hooray. Arkham Trilogy has been delayed on Switch until December 1st. I'm guessing they're probably having troubles getting Arkham Knight to run on the Switch.
Probably.
Because that game is, no matter what I think about the Bat Tank, that game is breathtaking. That game still, two of the games that still blow my mind 7-8 years after they came out is Arkham Knight. The fact that that's a PS4 game is amazing. And honestly, Ground Zeroes, especially at night, the way the lighting and the Fox engine at night with the all the shininess from the rain, that game is beautiful. It looks better than the Phantom Pain.
Yeah.
But it's I know it's all because it's at night
Smaller
and all the
scale
lights and the rain and
yeah.
everything. I get that, but man, it's those two games still stick out in my mind. City Skyline 2, the console ports have been delayed until spring 2024. It's still coming out on PC this month. The iPhone 15 port of Resident Evil 4 Remake is going to cost $60.
I know people are making fun of that, but like...
It's because you're not supposed to pay for anything on phones.
Right.
All of that
it's
mindset.
just, but like you can so easily play it on your phone, but on the big screen and
With a
pair
controller.
your DualSense, and like I'm sure it's
the game.
absolutely fine
Yeah.
port of the game. Like, but yeah, it does feel weird.
Like,
paying
what did you
$60.
expect it would be? $5? Not
Right.
you, but like the
Yeah,
royal
yeah.
you. Like, right. I just don't understand. Like, 60, okay, I get it. Like, 40, would you still be mad? 20, 30?
I think anything above 20, they'd probably be mad.
It's not like it's... If it was the original Resident Evil 4,
Right.
then I'd be like, okay, come on.
$5.
That's ridiculous. We still don't know how much Ass Creed Mirage is going to be on iPhone, nor do we know about Death Stranding. Got to be getting close to a Death Stranding 2 trailer. Game Awards. It was announced there last year. Time for another trailer. I hope that game's out next year.
Did you see the Hideo thing?
What?
The picture he posted?
No.
He posted a picture of him like editing a video, and like people like zoomed in, and you can make out like the file name at the top of the window said something like
Death Stranding
state of
release date.
play, whatever. So they're like, oh, there's something coming. Or showcase. No, I think it said state of play.
It probably
Even though it
says-
sounds more like a showcase. But yeah.
I can't imagine they would show that at a state of play.
Yeah.
Okay. And last but not least, PS Plus essential games for October have been revealed. They are the Callisto Protocol, Farming Sim 22, and Weird West, which I've heard good things about. What?
What?
I can't read that.
State of play.
Enhance. Are you gonna try out Callisto?
I own it. No.
Oh, you did buy it?
I got it for Christmas last year. I played it for
that's
like
right. And the dodging
3-4 hours.
because it's all melee, right? Mostly.
In the beginning, I'm sure no, I got a gun. I think you should try it because now you can play it for free. You should try it if you like Dead Space.
I'll add it to my.
I played this
library,
before Dead Space, not knowing anything about Dead Space. So I think this game probably made me appreciate Dead Space maybe a little bit more.
Right, which is going to.
I think
make
if
me
I had
hate this
played
game.
well, but I almost think if you had played Dead Space first, it almost would have made you appreciate this game more because you can be like,
Because it
I
came
see what
from-
they're going
yeah.
for. But yeah, I don't know. I think you should try it.
But now Glenn Schofield has left Striking Distance Studios, and they're probably never going to put out another game.
no.
That is it for this episode of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. Thank you all so much for being here. Again, as a reminder, we will be off enjoying the beach next week. But until the next time, Sean, go ahead and take us out.
Thank you for playing.